what is sim racing? In general, it's just the actual approach trying to mimic real motorsport as good as possible, as precise as possible, to an actual game or a virtual world. So it's the same tracks, the same cars. You try to get the same behavior with the physics engine in the background, basically mimicking the real world. And with that, allowing you to have the same experience as a real-world driver in whatever series he's driving.
The Porsche idea stepping into the esport world is going back to early 2018, where we realized that sports in the digital world is a huge opportunity to reach out to many people. And if you bear in mind how difficult it is for the motorsport environment in general, we saw an opportunity doing that and reaching out to the people by offering virtual racing series.
The idea behind the Porsche Mobile One Super Cup Virtual Edition is to run it exactly as the real racing series. I mean, to really take the sporting regulations of the real championship, to take, let's say, the layout of the championship with the teams, with the drivers, with the partners behind, and mirror that into the virtual world.
The lockdown was a very tricky situation for the whole motorsport world, but luckily we had very strong partners already at that point, like Vodafone, who made it possible to set up virtual racing events pretty quickly and stay engaged with the teams and with our partners around the world by virtual racing activities.
The technical background to actually build a sim racing series is similar to any other esports title, I would say. You obviously have basically a game server that is hosting the session, so it's hosting the track and the conditions, like weather, how much rubber is in the track, and every single client, so every single driver, is connecting to that server that is basically building the entire environment everyone is playing in. With them all connecting, they're all sending data from their car and how they react on the steering wheel to the main server, and that main server is then creating the overall picture for everyone to see. So if I see a car while driving, that car is based on the data that it gets from the other client, with a small AI in the background making sure that in case that client isn't quick enough to provide that data, that the car still runs smooth. It's basically like a prediction system. But overall, there's one game server, gets all the signals from the different players, and then it creates the environment to showcase everyone where the cars are on the track. We try to keep all the packages at a minimum. It's basically about how you send those data to the game server and back to the clients. Obviously, you could just put everything on one block, right? Send it away, bring it back, and then try to build that all together. But instead, the software tries to build that into very small packages that can be sent quickly from one client to the game server back to the other client. If you want to make sure that a car looks smooth on screen, you have to have low latency. There's absolutely no other way, but there are certain ways in the software to ensure if someone has a bit of problems here and there, which can happen, then there's still a race possible for everyone.
The ping is very much related to the region where you are in the world, and you can double your secure connection by using wired connections and mobile and try to do a proper shift there. On the other hand, for sure, for bigger events, it's possible in cooperation with Vodafone to get priority over some lines, and this is definitely a way to go for the future for the big events.
Biggest differences between real racing and sim racing, I think, starts with the fact that I'm my own mechanic, I'm my own engineer, and I'm my own team manager. That means I need to figure out the schedule, when do I do what. I need to make sure the simulator is ready to go, there's no technical issues, software is good, because I'm the only guy to do it.
I think at the moment we have a really high competition in the sim racing, and also, I start to see there is more sponsors. Now there is a sim teams, which there is a professional sim drivers who earn their life from this job. So in the past, we don't have this. And day by day, we have more example of professional sim drivers.
In the real motorsports world, we are one of the most successful brands So we wanted to transfer that to the virtual sim racing world as well. We have strong partners in the real motorsport world, and we are proud that these partners like Vodafone, that they are partner of esports racing within the Porsche family as well.
The future of sim racing, I guess we got a pretty good preview with the virtual Le Mans this year. It's really about bringing the worlds together, the real racing world and the virtual racing world. And I guess this is the right message for the future.